Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi, my name is Allison, and in today's video I wanted to do a 2023 planner lineup. So I will be using these two planners. This first one is from the Happy Planner. It is a disc bound binder, which is really cool because it does make it customizable. I've tried out a bunch of different planner brands in the past, and I've always gravitated back to Happy Planner. It's more affordable and customizable, which I really love. This is an 18-month planner, and I was just kind of testing out the limits, if you will. I'm a very visual person, so I've been trying out putting down all of my expenses on the month at a glance, and I have them color coded for if it was a bill or an expense that I already had, or if I needed to use a sinking fund, or if it's budgeted, unbudgeted, and then pink is income. So I was using my month at a glance for that, testing the waters. I do wish the boxes were bigger, so maybe a big version of the Happy Planner would be a good option for me if I were to do something different. But I did use November and December to practice. As you see, I kind of, started slow, and then I really started to get the hang of it as time went on, and I was tracking income that came in. And this section is nice because you can break it down. Like, I was using the bottom section to put down the purchases that I made and what credit card it was used, or if I used cash on hand. The middle section I was using for incoming income, and then this top section here I was using for reminders or notes. Happy Planner does have a budgeting add-on that you can do. I do have that somewhere. I didn't pull it out to look at it, but this was working out for me so far. And like I said, it's customizable. You can add on to it. Like, I've added in this folder, this little dashboard divider, and you can get extra paper and things of that nature for it, which is really nice. So I will be continuing to use this. Compared to my other binder here, this one does have a lot more space for writing everything down. I know I'm doing a lot of writing down of my purchases and everything, but I definitely feel like writing it down is reinforcing and reiterating like what it is that I'm doing. It keeps me very aware of my actions. But this, you're looking at it at like a week-to-week basis, whereas the month at a glance, you're kind of seeing it all laid out in front of you. There are other styles when it comes to the planner. Like, there are some where it's kind of like dashboard style, where it's like reminders and notes, and then they have the entire week on one page with little lines. Like, they have horizontal layouts and vertical layouts and that sort of thing. Like, it's all very different. I really mostly gravitated towards this planner based on aesthetics, to be honest with you. I was really attracted to the cover and the different dividers. That's what makes it very fun too, is the design of the different months. And then each month starts off with this kind of blank note page where you can prioritize, write your goals, important dates, and that sort of thing. So you can really make this your own, but this was never really a budget planner, though Happy Planner does make budget planners. Just not a fan of their designs when it comes to the budget planner. Not a fan of the layout, so I didn't want to commit to one of their budget planners. So this does give me space to put down more personal day-to-day stuff and not just budgeting stuff. Like, this is like a catch-all everyday planner. So I'm really excited to continue to use this in the new year. And then this other planner I wanted to show you. This was actually sent to me from the brand on Amazon. They do have a few different designs with the covers, but this one, I really like it. I could never really commit to a budget planner, because I didn't really like them. Didn't quite have all of the bells and whistles that I wanted or needed, and also some options out there were expensive, and I just wanted to stick to something that was more within budget right now. This one's very nice. So the one that I chose is really simplistic. It's very minimal too, which is nice. Some people don't like all of the loudness of a happy planner, but I do really like the simplicity of this planner and the color palette. This one is very customizable as well. So it has this section here where you can put down your information. I think this is absolutely adorable here. And then when you open it up, it has this annual budget. And because it's customizable, you can really start this at any time that you want. You can start this in July. You can start this in December. You can, so you just put down the months, the expected income, and then all these savings. So I think the way that I will be using these pages is to track my different sinking funds. I can put in maybe if I want to, or I can just leave this blank, but the expected income, I was debating, I could even use this section for maybe there's a certain goal amount that I'm trying to save within the year, but I can write down all of the different sinking fund categories and kind of track where I am month to month. So that's how I will be using that section. This section is an overall bill tracker. So if you have any fixed expenses or maybe annual things that come up, this allows you to write the month, and then you can write what the bill is as well as the due date. And you can kind of mark it off as you can write the dollar amount and mark it off as paid as the month goes on. So I really like that. It is kind of a pain in the way that I'm tracking currently with my Happy Planner, because I have to keep looking back to the previous month to write down the same bills when I'm doing it on the month at a glance section. I have to flip back and forth to make sure I get everything. So this is really nice because it's all here and I don't have to keep writing it over and over. So this is really cool. Really excited about this. Okay, then the next page is a savings goal. So you can fill this out if you want, and a savings tracker. So you can kind of keep track of all your deposits and your balances. I have money in my emergency savings, so I won't be utilizing it for that, but maybe there's some really important sinking funds that I want to track more closely. Perhaps I can always use this section for that, like, I don't know, putting money towards or saving money for a car or something of that nature. So this is a really nice, helpful section. This one is a section I'm really excited about. So it's the debt tracker. So I can go ahead and write all of the details about my debts in these sections, and it gives me 8 spaces for different debts to track. So it allows you to put down the balance, the minimum payment, the interest rate you can keep track of, and then every time you make a payment. And you can set it up if you want to do a snowball method. You can set it up to the smallest balance, and then as it gets bigger. So right now as far as like consumer debt is concerned, I just have 3. So I'll be using these 3 blocks, but I have medical expenses and other things coming up. So I always have more space to track it on these boxes too if I want. But this is really cool. So it allows me, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it allows you 12. So that's with the assumption that maybe you make a payment once a month on your debt. Or sometimes I make multiple, to be honest. So I could even just use these additional blank boxes if I run out of space. I could even just keep this as debt 1, debt 2, debt 3, and then just have this extra space. So I can even do it that way, just because I do make multiple payments. I'll be using pretty much all of these sections except for the savings tracker. I don't think I'll be using that section as much because, like I said, I don't really have an emergency fund that I'm saving for right now. I've halted that. I have what I need. Right now I'm trying to concentrate on paying my debt. Then it gets into the monthly section. So it does have these little envelopes here, or folders rather. on each page. It's made out of the paper, so it's not like cardstock or anything of that nature. So, but it allows you to fit a few bills in here if you want to. But then it has this monthly budget, so you could, it's broken up if you need it to be. Like, you can have, you know, your fixed monthly expenses, you could have your short-term savings, you could have your cash wallet savings section, you could have your long-term savings section, if you're doing any savings challenges, any extra debt, like things of that nature. So it really kind of breaks everything down, so I can track everything in the month. Then from here, there's also this calendar section that you can utilize to write down your bills that you have in the month if you want. There's also this income section, so it gives you space to write it down twice. Well, technically more than that, since you have these multiple boxes. Some people are paid weekly, but this is great for like a bi-weekly person with these two separate boxes. But this is where you can write down all the dates and the description of the item that you're purchasing and the category, like if it came from your grocery fund or your auto insurance fund, like wherever, and then the dollar amount. So it starts on this page and it's just a running list for the entire month, which is really cool. And then it goes on to this page. Then you have this monthly budget review section where you can write down details of the dollar amount from the previous month and the difference and that sort of thing. And where did I have the most trouble? What could I improve this month? What goals can I set for next month? And then it starts all over again. And one thing that it does come with are these, so you can tab it to keep track easily, or you can just flip through. But this does this for the entire month. It's the same setup. You have this monthly budget, and it goes in the calendar, and then writing down all the expenses, and so on and so forth. Let's get to the back. Okay, so here's the last bit of it, of the monthly budget review. Then on the last sheets here, there's a summary of the year that you can use to review everything, and then account information like passwords and that sort of thing. But I do like this strictly for looking more into my budget and kind of keeping it all in one spot. And I'm really excited to include this. So these are the two planners that you will be seeing moving forward. I'm excited to use these in conjunction with one another. I'm such a pen and paper planner kind of gal, so it's not uncommon for me to have multiple planners. This is completely normal. So I'm really excited about this one. This actually is really nice as far as all of the different details that I would want in my budget planner. When you look out there for people that cash stuff, it's so super oriented to cash stuffing and just like the different envelopes that you have and the denominations. All that stuff is really, really cool. But then I want to be able to track all of my expenses in the month, and I want a section where I can write down all of my debts and the interest and everything. So this actually is a really great option. I can link it below if you are interested, but I do want to thank this brand for reaching out to me, and I'm excited to use your product. But if you made it this far in the video, please go ahead and leave me a star emoji down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.